So I come to tell you He's alive, to tell you that He dries every tear that falls.
Hello, this is Clint Louie coming to you with 5 minutes from friendship. Everybody knows what this is, right? I have my iPhone here with me, and this thing can get online. It can take pictures. It can peruse social media. It can tell me the news. It can tell me the weather. It can give me directions and tell me where to go, where to turn. And it can be a calculator. It can be a notepad. Did you know this thing can also make phone calls? It actually can. It can make phone calls. You know what the Bible tells us? Call unto me, and I will answer thee and show thee great and mighty things which thou knowest not. Jeremiah 33:3. Now, we don't call God with a cell phone, but can I tell you God's phone number, somebody said, is Jeremiah 33:3. You can call unto Him in prayer. Call unto Him in prayer. I'm reminded of a preacher over in Tennessee, and he said years ago when he first came to the church that he's still the pastor of, he came there and he said, we need to encourage our folks to be out winning souls. And what they wanted to do was have a great group come out on a Thursday evening and to go out knocking on doors in their community and passing out gospel literature and flyers and praying with people and hoping for opportunities to talk to people about being saved. And so they're going to meet on Thursday night at 6 o'clock. And so he told everybody in the church, now y'all come on out now, we'll have a great time, and we're going to go make a difference in our community for Jesus. So man, he was all pumped. He was excited. He was ready to go. Thursday night came. He showed up, got there early. But then at 5:45, nobody's there. 5:50, nobody's there. 6 o'clock, nobody's there. 6:05, nobody's there. 6:10, nobody's there. 6:15, nobody's there. 6:30, nobody's there. He finally got the idea. You know what? Nobody's coming. You talk about a pastor being low and felt, let down. You talk about a man that was just down, just ready to crawl up under a rock. And, the devil uses stuff like that and discourage this preacher. And, he goes home and he's upset. He's, just feeling low. Talking about to his wife, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what we're going to do if we can't get folks winning souls. And I just don't know what we're going to do. And I don't even know. Maybe I shouldn't even be here as the pastor of this church. And he went on and on and on and, complained. And his wife finally just stopped him. And she said this, so you know what? I know somebody you can talk to. Who can I talk to? Who can I talk to? She said, we can talk to your Father. We can talk to Jesus. He said, man, So he got down beside of his bed. He started praying, not because he really wanted to, because he just kind of felt like he had to at that point. Started to pray, but he said, as I started to pray and talk to my Lord, my wife got down there and started praying with me. He said, you know what? The burden began to lift. God began to be sweet to my soul, and I began to realize I got nothing to complain about. And he said, you know what happened? Boy, people started coming out. We started seeing souls saved. Things started to move forward. God was moving in the church, but he had to talk to somebody. He had to call someone. Can I tell you today, we can call unto Jesus. Call unto me, he said. I want to ask you today, do you need to call your Father? Why don't you call the Father this morning? Why don't you tell Him, Lord, I've got a heavy heart. Will you call to the Father and let Him lift that heavy burden? Maybe you've got a need that needs to be met. Why don't you call your Father? Maybe you're dealing with something in your own, maybe there's problems in your own heart, maybe a bad attitude in your own life. Call to your Father. Maybe there's something going on with your family. Maybe you just ought to call up your Father this morning and thank Him and praise Him and give Him glory. But I want to tell you, child of God, call to the Lord. There is nothing too hard for the Lord, and God sure would like to hear from you this morning. This is Clint Louie. You have a great day today.